Charlotte Brontë was born on April 21st, 1816. Charlotte was the oldest of the famous Brontë sisters, and she went on to become one of the most celebrated writers in English history. She wrote a number of books, but her most famous novel is in all likelihood Jane Eyre, published in 1847. A book about the unlikely love story of a steely, adaptable governess and an aristocrat with a checkered past. Jane, the title character, from the first page is an orphan always pushed to the periphery of things, but also a person with resilient confidence in herself that's exhilarating as the story proceeds. Here's the book's opening, in which little Jane, just a kid at this point, is living with her aunt and cousins. There was no possibility of taking a walk that day. We had been wandering indeed in the leafless shrubbery an hour in the morning, but since dinner, Mrs. Reed, when there was no company, dined early, the cold winter wind had brought with it clouds so somber and a rain so penetrating that further out-of-door exercise was now out of the question. I was glad of it. I never liked long walks, especially on chilly afternoons. Dreadful to me was the coming home in the raw twilight, with nipped fingers and toes, and a heart saddened by the chidings of Bessie, the nurse, and humbled by the consciousness of my physical inferiority to Eliza, John, and Georgiana Reed. The said Eliza, John, and Georgiana were now clustered round their mamma in the drawing-room. She lay reclined on a sofa by the fireside, and with her darlings about her, for the time neither quarrelling nor crying, looked perfectly happy. Me she had dispensed from joining the group, saying she regretted to be under the necessity of keeping me at a distance, but that until she had heard from Bessie, and could discover by her own observation that I was endeavoring in good earnest to acquire a more sociable and childlike disposition, a more attractive and sprightly manner, something lighter, franker, and more natural, as it were, she really must exclude me from privileges intended only for contented, happy little children. "What does Bessie say I have done?" I asked. "Jane, I don't like cavillers or questioners. Besides, there is something truly forbidding in a child taking up her elders in that manner. Be seated somewhere, and until you can speak pleasantly, remain silent." There you see from the get-go a character who is nudged into the margins, but has an inner core of energy and confidence in spite of everything. And eventually, well, read the book if you haven't, you'll love it.